Now before I sit there and show you this here tip, I got to do some explaining because I didn't do it in the video, so I'm going to do it right now. You know how it is, you're sitting there cooking yourself a stew or a soup or something like that, and you're adding your seasonings in there as you go along, and you got your primary spoon and you're doing this number here, stirring, and you want to do a taste test. Well, it's quite natural. So you don't want to use your stir stick or your stir spoon or whatever it is you're using, so you reach over there in the drawer and you grab yourself a spoon. Either it's a tablespoon, it could be a teaspoon, it just whatever you happen to have. Here I've got the Ozark Trails culinary set I'm using as an example. And here we have the big Ozark Trail spoon. That's a big one. Look, it's a lot bigger than my mouth. It ain't gonna fit. So, but anyway, you're gonna sit there and you dip into it, and what do? And you're inside the house, you do this number right here. And what happens? Sometimes you're successful, and a lot of times you're not. What happens when you blow a little too hard? The juices come out and it falls into the palm of your hand, and you don't really have a great, pleasant experience trying to do this taste test. I found out a better way to do it, but let me tell you something. I didn't see this on YouTube. I just quite happened to discover it. Here's the video. Howdy everybody out there in YouTube land. This is amateur artist Mark D. Chandler once again from Manland. And this is a Manland tip for those of you that can possibly use it. I found a great way to do a taste test. Here we have featured the Ozark Trails 4-quart Dutch oven, and we're cooking a chicken vegetable type of stew soup. Actually it's a soup. And you know how it is when you kind of do your little taste test. You always take your spoon and you put a little of that slurry in there, some of that juice, and you blow on it, and then you give it a taste test to see if it needs, you know, a little extra of this, a little extra of that. Well, I found a very nice tip. This right here is one of those porcelain covered tin cups, and this was given to me by Phyllis Mulkey. I use this thing a lot. Every single day I drink at least 2 to 3 cups of coffee of it here at the house. Now this works with a metal type of cup. It could be stainless steel. In this instance it's going to be, you know, porcelain surround. I don't know what kind of metal this thing is. And I still got the little taggy looking thing on the bottom. That's not actually a tag. I don't know what that is, but it was on there when she gave it to me, so I kept it on there. So here's what you do. You take your cup, you put it to the side, and you get yourself a nice little section of slurry in there. Now let me get this over here so y'all can see this in the light. Now that right there is mighty daggum hot. I mean, it's straight out the pot. But we want to get a good dose of a taste test here, and it's too hot. Now you can blow on this thing. Yep, that will work. But I discovered something. Let me show you what I discovered. If you'll take your cold tap water, turn it on, hold your hand on the water, place the cup just so, not allowing the water to go in the cup, it's running in your hand underneath it. It cools that thing off pretty daggum instantly, because a thin piece of metal cup will transfer either hot or cold almost instantly, and it's now cooled down for the taste test. Now all we gotta do is actually give ourselves a little taste test. Man, the taste is daggum good, but that was actually cold. I don't like drinking cold soup. But that right there is a fine little taste test, a little test and a tip to taste test with. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So until next time, this is amateur artist Mark D. Chandler once again from Manland with a very quick tip. And yeah, I know, I shaved it off again. That happens a lot with me. But this right here actually works. You can use stainless steel. I don't know about porcelain. I don't think I want to try it with porcelain yet. I just ain't Manland brave enough to try it. But a good tin cup, especially the one that's porcelain, stainless steel, like I say, it possibly will work for you. Give it a try. And if it works for you, let me know in the comment section below. I do appreciate it. Until next time, y'all. Bye-bye now. Now I know what you're saying. You're saying, I ain't got no running tap water out there in the campgrounds, man land. What am I supposed to do now? Well, you can still do it the old-fashioned way. You take your spoon, dip it in your mixture there, do your little taste test. You can go, but you don't have to hold your hand on it because you're outside and it falls in the dirt. Make sure your feet are clear. But do your little blow job, take your little sample taste test, and it'll still work. But you may not want to do that there in your cooking station unless it's like the middle of summer and you got something called fire ants and they love your soup. Bonus footage. This is what happens when you don't cool it down. Fresh out. Hope you can see the steam. Go! I burnt my lip.
You big dummy.